Poro Satan. Poro Satan. Great name, by the way. Where are you calling from?
Thank you.
Hell?
I'm calling from Syracuse, New York.
Okay. So it's kind of, I feel like if hell was frozen over, which, was where our Poro Satan would be in a frozen hell, Syracuse, New York would be a pretty good example of that. What's your? We've had some controversial opinions so far. The last one maybe the most. What's your takes this week?
I'm going to say that without a doubt, TSM is not making finals this year.
Either final.
Yeah, either final. I think that they've gutted too much of the core team. Mike Young is still a bit new to the playing at the pro level. He's only gone through one meta shift, and I think as soon as you get out of the meta he was in to where it looks like we're going with more tanks, he won't really be at home anymore.
Obviously, I'm just going to hand this one over to you because you did such a good job with the Cloud9 guy.
What do you want? You just want me to yell at these poor people? I feel like you're trying to make me like the bad guy. Like, oh, okay, Mark's smart. Oh, Travis is funny. Avali's just yelling at people. How do you not think TSM's going to make finals? They're going to go for the 4P. Let's go.
I mean, Twitch chat calls me a baby rager all the time, so you're not alone on the yelling at people.
Okay. Well, hang on. Before we get to that, so your main reasons, Poro Satan, is that they have changed too much of the main roster. Do you have any other assertions before I unleash?
They've changed too much, and I think without a doubt that CLG and Team Liquid are the best teams of the split.
Okay.
All right.
So you think those guys will make it every time?
Yeah, easily. We might see some stuff come out of Cloud9, but as people kind of said, I think there's going to be some growing pains with them. I do think they're looking more towards Worlds already, but there'll be growing pains.
Okay.
So I just want to point out the idea of changing too much of your roster is a pretty weird thing to hold against somebody in this environment when no team has brought back more than 3 players. And no team is like that consistent either, where like some of the groups of 3 players are joining new orgs, some groups of players have new coaches with them. There is an unbelievable amount of roster upheaval this offseason. So that feels a little strange to say they've changed too much of the core, because everyone's core changed for the most part.
Well, I feel like they're I think they're changing it in a way where it just doesn't make sense. Part of, from what I see, of why they got rid of Biofrost was that he wasn't making the shot calling that they wanted. So their idea is, let's pull in someone that can fill that role while also changing the team so much as filling that role doesn't make sense anymore.
So I did the interview with Andy where he talked about this stuff. I don't think he was saying Biofrost wasn't doing shot calling. He was saying that communication between support and jungle is very important, and neither of them were talking. So I don't think yeah, you're right. I think that they were looking to up the communication on the support side, but I don't think that they were necessarily saying Biofrost isn't a shot caller, we need a shot caller.
Sure. So like I can get that, but I think the replacements that they got are more than adequate. Sven and Mithy are pretty battle tested. They've been what people have said is the best bot lane in the West for the last 2 years, pretty much in Europe. I know Reckless has had his high moments as well, so it's contentious a little bit, but we are talking about one of the best bot lanes in the West, as well as the fact that in 2016, TSM completely changed their roster as well, and they did struggle for a little while, but that was mostly as a result of Yellowstar not meshing with the team, and they still made finals at Split, though they didn't win. So the idea of a team changing a lot and discovering themselves is not that foreign of a concept.
I pull into question TSM's coaching abilities now. Yes, I know that they just went through and got a new coach, so they are trying to adapt, but I think it's going to be kind of like last season's Team Liquid.
Right, but they didn't just get a coach. This isn't like they're swinging on Woodbuck and Jarge again or something. Song is proven in multiple regions as being one of the best coaches.
That's true, but if we look forward to the upcoming weekend, I think that easily Team Liquid would beat TSM, especially if we look at the bot lane. If we put Doublelift against ADC Sven, I think Doublelift wins easily.
Well, I'm not talking about the first day's matchup. I'm talking about your claim that TSM won't make a finals all year.
Well, because then if we just look at it, if we put Sneaky against ADC Sven, I think we get the same situation. Sneaky wins. The same with 6A versus Sven.
Obviously,
Why do you think Sven is so bad?
I'll let Mark. Well,
keep going. I'll shut up after he tells me why Sven is worse than 3 of North American AD carries.
I think that they have a very passive playstyle in Europe that won't work well in NA, which there is a bit of an irony to it because it's the super aggressive NA ADCs that don't do well in Worlds. So Sven is a good international ADC, but he won't work well in NA.
Obviously, we'll wrap up the conversation with you. Do you think that it's fair to say that TSM will? What is your prediction? Do they make it to both finals? Do they only make it to one? And what do you kind of think about all this?
I mean, last year they were very much like, oh, we're not, trying to get first and everything. We just want to go into Worlds and everything. But I think they have a strong roster. I think they'll make it to finals. Okay. I don't know who's going to join them.
Both splits
finals yet. Both splits.
Okay, very good.
Let's start with spring.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
I'm a TSM fan and just go with TSM. They're going to win everything. They're going to first place in Worlds. Goodbye, Korea.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thank you, Poro Satan. Any letter of apology or statement of apology you want to say to the Twitch chat, which is not your biggest fan right now?
I guess really the final thing I would say is we shouldn't just assume that TSM is going to do well because they're TSM. We kind of saw that with the mediocreness of CLG over the past few years. And they are in a hard spot of they have a target on their back being in first place for so long. The only place they have to go is down.
Yeah, that's true. Or stay exactly where they've been. Thank you so much, Poro Satan. Have a good one.
For literally every split.
I mean, it's bold prediction. Again, like, this is the fun. I will never. I love it when people call and say crazy shit. So
I love it, and I'm going to argue. And hey, you're entitled to your opinion.
Yes.